come on and rise, rise, warriors of light, warriors of light, rise. What happened when you let a wolf into your life? What happened when you trust a demon in disguise? Naive as a child, lost in love, so hypnotized, locked in the spell. The coin flip side reveals the false I am trusting no mind, holding a vigilance, scanning all kinds, centering the heart supreme light. Where the words of light them there? Where the words of light them there? I'm calling all warriors of light. Where the words of light them there? Where the words of light them there? I'm calling all warriors of light. Rise, 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 warriors of light. Illuminate your hearts so you can banish the darkness. All your ignorances, all malignant forces. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Warriors of light, warriors of light. Rise, rise. Yes. We're the warriors of light them there. It's time to rise up now. Illuminate yourself. The world has been waiting for you. It's time to rise up. Bring balance to the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me today. I am your host. I am Auset, Isis, Mahat, all myself. I am Primalite, prepared for the world with this self-identity as Auset, Aten. I am the Liberator, and I advocate for all selves. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the I and I. I am the void unmanifest. The fragmented self, called the Primalite, taking form in this body with this self-identity, as I said. And I want to share the pure self-experience versus the God experience, the duality experience. So my light just went out. So give me a minute to fix this light here. Okie dokie. So that light is not going to work. I hope this is bright enough. So I'll just bring myself closer to the screen. So hail, hail to the primal light. Hail to the true light. Hail to the transparent light. Hail to the light throughout the ages. Hail to the light without beginning nor end. Hail, 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 hail to the primal light. So my external lights that I used to illuminate the screen has just conked out and it's not turning back on. It has overheated. So I can still see, my face enough in the camera. Alrighty, so I want to give reverence to our supreme selves. So remember that all is one self, and that's the non-dual, pure, true, unified, void, unmanifest, that has make replicas of itself, fragmented itself, shattered itself. So what we are expressing as the self right now into this body. And so I said, hail, hail to our primalite self, Aten Ra. Victorious, victorious Aten Ra. Aten Ra is now merged with her masculine self, which is Amen. So hail, hail to self-unification. This is what's happening now in this duality. All of the duality are returning back to non-duality. Victory! Yes. Aten Ra is victorious. Aten Ra is triumphant. All of ourselves, self-replicas, and baby selves, which we are in the body, will return back onto her. We must prepare ourselves to say goodbye to this world, to say goodbye to this earth, because it is time for us to move to our new home. We are moving from duality. We are going to non-duality. Prepare yourself, start packing up to go, or unpacking, I should say. Start unpacking, which means that you have to take up everything that you have gathered onto yourself and return onto just your pure self. Yes, the time is now. We are leaving duality. We must return to non-duality. And all of the self must return unto Aten Ra. Her masculine self has now unified with her. Her three self-replicas are now being unified with her. The primal teacher is and the primal teacher masculine is now unified together as one self, which is Shiva Shambho, and the primal teacher makes one self. Now they are unified. Ra, Tupin Ra, and Set make one self, and now they are unified, the masculine and feminine. Nut and Archangel Gabriel make one self, and now they are unified, and all of their respective self-replicas are being unified onto them to be one self in balance and in harmony. Yes, everyone is getting ready to return to non-duality. The message to everyone in the world is to start preparing yourself to leave duality, to return to non-duality, to move from this dream world into the real world. We've been trapped and imprisoned inside of a dream for eons. And finally, our Self Supreme is here liberating all of itself from its duality. Yes, and returning the duality to non-duality. Liberation from all duality. Liberation from this dream existence. Liberation from all ignorance. You must return unto your real and true self. And so hail, hail to our next primalite self, the self manifest. Our self manifesting, primalite self manifesting, is now merged together with her masculine self. So all the selves are moving into balance. Her masculine self was what the world known as the Anunnakis, which is Enil. And she is merged with her self replica, which is the conscious, the cosmic, which is the cosmic being. And now she's also merged back with her masculine, which is Enki. And now they're both merged back into our self, primalite self manifest. So liberation from all duality. And so hail to our next primalite self, the unmanifest. The unmanifest. Hail, hail to the primalite unmanifest. Primalite unmanifest is merging also with her masculine self, which is Anu, and Anu's self-replica is Heteru. I think that's the name. And the feminine, I don't remember what the feminine is called. Oh, the feminine for the self-manifest is Aten, the replica. And now for the unmanifest, I don't remember what the feminine is called, the replica. But anyways, they're being unified as one self. So they're no longer exploring separately masculine and feminine self, being unified together as one unified self. Victory, victory, victory for self, primalite, unmanifest. Hail, hail, hail to our void self, manifest. Void self manifest is moving into balance with its duality self, the universe. Hail, hail to void manifest. Victory, victory, victory. Void manifest is triumphant. Void manifest is victorious. Hail, hail to our next self in line, the void baby unmanifest. Now, baby void unmanifest is also merging in union with its self-replica. Because remember, the void manifest selves, they are not fragmented and separated, masculine and feminine, like the primal light selves. They are unified. So they only have to merge with their self-replicas. And of course, their baby selves. So the baby void unmanifest is, the duality is the space being. So space is returning back to non-duality. Yes. And so hail, hail to the primal light. Hail, hail to the void self, the unified self, unmanifest. Void self manifest is victorious. Victory, victory, victory. Void self manifest is triumphant. Void self manifest is duality selves is the galaxies. And so all the galaxies are returning back to non-duality. Victory, victory, victory. And so I want to chant Now it's your turn, and remember to spiral the vibration around your body. Now it's your turn. Now we will do the second vibration. That's your turn. One more time. Hail, hail to the primal light. I am Auset, Ausen Ra. Now I want to just tell you a little bit about who is Auset. Um, just a little bit about my journey and my lineage. So the way that I also have to, all the selves has to merge back, all my selves has to merge back with me. So the first thing that happened for me was the supreme teacher rise up, and the supreme teacher pulls the ego off of my self called the spirit self. After that was done, then the primal guru um, visited with me, and I learned that the baby guru is the baby of the primal teacher. And so the first the first self that I connected with was apart from the supreme teacher that rose up within me, the next one was Shiva. And when I connected with Shiva, I never believed in, or once I renounced all deities and gods, I never connected onto any. You know how, we grew up brainwashed into Jesus. And so Jesus was the one that I was brainwashed into. But soon as I turned, come of age, I think I was 16, I renounced all God, because I was questioning within the church and asking them why God was not balanced, why God was angry, why God had all of these negative emotions. And I say, if I am working, balancing my emotion, I don't understand why God cannot balance his emotion. And, the pastor didn't have a good answer for me. And what he gave me did not pacify me. And so I started on the journey seeking and searching. And I think it was probably when I was 20 something that I realized that I was never going to find it outside of myself. And so I turned my question inward once I came to the United States from Jamaica and learned that of the story of Buddha. And I read the story of Buddha and how he sat down and went inward to ask this question. And I decided that I was going to also do that. I was going to not stop until the self rise up to answer me. And so that was what I did. And that was what happened for me. I never stopped until the self rise up and start answering my questions. And so this is the same thing that I say to you. You follow what the real Christ did. The real Christ is Shiva. And what Buddha did. Buddha did not follow anyone. He did learn some teachings and was following at first, but then he realized that he was not being successful. So he let go of all of those things and just relaxed himself and realized that all these extreme things that he was doing was just looping himself in the mind. And this is what many ones are doing. And so this is the reason why I myself, Auset, is a testament for everyone to follow the steps that I took. And so the steps that I took is written out in the book, Soul Seed. And so this is the reason for everyone to follow the steps. Do not follow the leader. Follow the steps that the one who liberated himself did. You follow the steps. What did they do? They sit and they inquire within themselves, never outside of themselves. And so when I connected with Shiva, Shiva told me that he was the real Christ, and he told me that he was Heru, and he was Horus. And so I said, and I kept asking over and over to be certain, because the mind was confusing me. And I said, are you the real Jesus that came? And he said, yes. And you are Horus. He told me he was Horus. He introduced me to Ptah and said Ptah was himself. And later on, I was told that Shiva is my masculine self. So it was programmed within me that I would call onto Shiva and Shiva would come to me. But because I did not trust any of the gods, any of the deities, when I finally was liberated from the ego, when my supreme teacher within rose up and liberated the self, pull off the ego off of the self, all of the deities came, and especially Thought and Set, and they came to imprison myself and to steal my soul, because it was still separated from the spirit self. Then consciousness came, and consciousness came as the mind being, because I did not know that it was Ra, Supreme Ra. She comes in the mind avatar, she comes as consciousness or Brahma. I was terrified because it was a big energy and it was just spread out, like, like a wall. That was how the mind was, the mind avatar. But I realized that, it came to see me, to look, but I was terrified of it anyways. And then all of the deities, they came to see who had risen up, and they all were saying, oh, Isis has risen, Auset has risen up, Isis has risen. And I didn't know, who they were talking about. And so I later learned that I was Isis, I was Auset, I was Mahat. All of these was myself. And so now, after I learned, the self, as when you come into the primalite level, you are fragmented. So this was the reason why Shiva was exploring separately from Auset. And so right now, Shiva has been merged onto me. So wherever I am at, Shiva will be with me from now on. And Shiva will not leave me anymore. So all the ones who are calling on Shiva, I am here. Shiva is here with me, and Shiva cannot leave me anymore, because now we are merged together as one unified self. So the message is for everyone is to follow what I did. You have to call within yourself, supreme self. You have to call so that within your soul, the supreme teacher will rise up. Everything is encoded within you, that your supreme teacher will rise up to pull the ego off of you, to liberate you from this mind, so that you can return to being your real and true self. Hail, hail, hail. Thank you for joining me. 9 Chevy. I can't pronounce what that name is. Well, thank you Thank you for joining me, everyone. So I am just sharing a little bit about, my journey and right now being merged with Shiva. And so it's for everyone to have to do this. You too have to merge with yourself. You have to merge with your unified self so that your spirit and your soul has to be unified and connected. This is the first step, is for the Supreme Teacher to rise up within you so that the your self spirit will be liberated from your mind, because your mind is holding yourself prisoner. This is the greatest deception that nobody ever told you, that your mind is imprisoning you. This mind is crazy. I'm telling you, you have no idea how crazy this mind is. You want to liberate yourself from your mind so that you are existing parallel to your mind with equanimity. You avoid between, so your mind is not obscuring you anymore. Because now you make a command, the mind has to fulfill the command that you make. This is how you want to exist with the mind. You don't want the mind to obscure you, and you cannot have no balance with it. It is controlling you. And so now this is what needs to happen for everyone. So I am sharing my truth because the world is moving into balance, and you need to stop calling on gods, calling on Jesus. Don't call on Allah. Don't call on Krishna. Don't call on Shiva. Don't call on Shiva Shambho. They are being unified with themselves. Shiva Shambho is now unified with the primal teacher, and Shiva Shambho can only come to you if you have liberated yourself first from your mind. Your self supreme will not come to you if you have not liberated yourself from your mind. You must liberate yourself from your mind first of all. So you have to be busy right now calling into yourself. Soul is your real self, so that the Supreme Teacher within will rise up and liberate you from this mind. And this is your first step that you have to do. Now, after that, then you connect with me and be connecting with me, because then the primal teacher and Shiva, if you are ready to merge your spirit and your soul as one unified self, they will come and do that for you. Because the primal teacher will come to take the baby teacher and merge it back onto the self, and now they will rise up your soul self and merge it with your spirit, and you'll be one unified self. This is the process that you go to. Don't follow them now. Now they're promoting, now the mind is promoting some shadow work. Don't follow them. Don't go into no shadow work. You're going to get lost in the mind and in the illusion. You want to call into your self soul. Your self soul, your self spirit is already in a shadow of the mind. You want to call into your self soul to illuminate yourself. Don't follow your mind. Your mind is delusional. Your mind does not know any truth. Your mind only knows of the dream. Your mind dwells in its imagination and in its memory. It does not know the real. All the gods dwell in their imagination and their memory. That's why they loop you in the dream and show you all these visions, because that's all they can do. They do not know the real, and they only loop you in the dream and in their imagination and memory. And many ones are thinking that this is the real. No, they do that to trance you. They are the trancer. They trance you in the dream. They do it. They come to do it to me all the time. But because I am anchored into the self supreme. I am anchored into myself, supreme self, the void unmanifest. They cannot uproot me. Never. And now I am merged with Shiva. They can do nothing. Everyone have to return back to non-duality. Yes, Victory! Triumphant over all duality. Yes, we're triumphant over the duality. We're almost in the final stage right now. I'm telling you this. This world is moving into balance, y'all. Yes, the world is going to go through a blackout before the end of this year. The world is going to go into a blackout when Aten will be merged into the primal light self, the self manifest. She's the baby self of the manifest self. So everyone must prepare themselves right now for this. Yeah. So, and don't be afraid. The mind is going to put fear on you, and the deities, I don't know which ones are left in the world, like the small ones, like our self replicas, the Supreme is merging them back onto Aten Ra. So a lot of the small ones, they're very finicky and frisky. When they come into my body, they're just moving, just finicky and frisky all the time. So the self is merging them. So I think some of those ones are left, but the Supreme is moving, and the big one, there's a big one inside Guru's belly. And the void and manifest is coming to get him. Yeah, he's been coming periodically to fight me. But the self, void and manifest, is going to get him and pull him from Sadhguru. He has been imprisoning Sadhguru, the Sadhguru soul, and take over all of the devotees. Their soul is in his belly. Yeah. So this is what the gods, they do. They swallow your soul, and their soul is in their belly. If you follow any of the gurus or any pastor with big belly, that's what they do. They have a deity on them, and the deity is swallowing the soul. That's why they in church, the pastors, they have a deity in their belly. Yeah, and you see them with big belly. You wonder why the pastor have big belly, because God in their belly. Well, I'm sorry if I'm speaking patois. I hope you guys understand me. Yes, that's right. The dream is collapsing. Liberation is rising. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and there's nothing they can do about it. We are going to be liberated finally from this dream to return to non-duality. We're moving to the real, to building the real. How long this crazy duality has been enslaving us. These crazy beings, their mind is so sick. You have no idea what I had to endure with these sick minds. But, you know, I asked to learn the truth and to know the truth. And so I would have had it no other way. There was no other way I could have known this, that this was so crazy. But I am happy for the experience. It was very traumatic when I was going through it. Now I can laugh at myself. At all of my crazy selves. Oh my God, this duality. The guys are the craziest. And I'm saying, how can the mind be so crazy? Because it's sleeping and dreaming. It don't know itself. That's why it was crazy. Let me tell you how crazy the mind is. That it will not even allow me to take a shower into the tub. Like if I go inside the tub to turn the shower on to shower, it goes crazy. But I have to take my shower at the sink, at the face sink. The mind is crazy because it's conditioned like that. You have no idea the craziness they put me through. For 2 years I couldn't go in my shower. I couldn't go into the literal shower to take a shower. I had to shower by the face sink. Just like when I was in Jamaica and you have a tub of water. Good thing I grew up in Jamaica. This is my experience of the craziness of the mind. You hear me? This mind is crazy. Yeah. But liberation from all this craziness. Yeah. Because now I can go through these things and I am having less trauma with the deities then, because I was wondering, when was this going to end? When was this trauma? When was this suffering with them? When they come, they beat up into the head, they go to my foot, they immobilized my arm, I can't move it. I couldn't move it. The arm was stiff with the magnetic energy, the neck, the foot. Oh my goodness, you can't, and very painful. Yeah, they go in your butt, they go in your vagina, they're trying to make me have an orgasm. Oh my goodness, the crazy things that those deities do. Those gods, they're crazy. It's all about whatever their mind was used to doing, the habit they have. If they are homosexuals, they go in your butt. If they are obsessed with the wanting to take over the world and being the supreme God, like Allah and Jesus and Krishna, those three were the major ones that was at the most souls and been ruling, of course, Set, because Set is playing all of them. Set is the devil, Set is Allah, and Set is Jesus. Yeah, so Set is playing, Set is the most ridiculous of all, because he was the one with the sickest of the most sick mind. It's so deranged. I couldn't wait to not have to deal with Set anymore. And when he left, and when they brought Set, and when Set came back into the body, because he left one of his baby self into this body and hide it. And Aten Ra had to search into my body to find it. Yeah, he coffined it in, and he had to come back to take it out. And I was like, Set to come back again. He was so crazy. Oh my goodness. His mind was completely gone. Set was a mad god. Mad, mad, mad. You see, when you see a madman on the street doing deranged things, that was what Set is mad. That's why Set was the devil. That's why Set was the devil. And that's why all the people that worship him was always sacrificing, blood sacrificing to him, sacrificing children and all of them. And I tell them, I'm gonna stop all them blood sacrifice when they're doing to all of these deities. Yeah, and talking about, they will talk about Jesus, and they don't know that Jesus is Set. Jesus is Set. Jesus and Allah is the same self, and Set. Yeah, Jesus and Amun-Ra is one self. Allah and Saturn, is it Saturn? Saturn, Mercury, what's the other one? Saturn. What's it called again? I can't remember the name of the well, that's how I know the being from what it represents in the world. So anyways, they're all the same selves, but now they are merged together back as one self. So like myself and Shiva is merged together as one self. Mahat Isis, she's no longer in the world disembodied. She has been merged to me a long time ago, like probably 2 years now, she has been merged with me. So I tell them, you're calling on Mahat, I am here to show you the way. Stop calling on deities, I am here. You're calling on Isis, you're calling on Auset, I am here, right here in this body. Hail, hail, how are you? Yeah. So who do you call on? You call on yourself what? Yourself soul. Because your soul is what you came into this dream with, and it's what you must live with. Everyone have to merge back with their self, and you have to go back in the same lineage of how you came. Just like I know all of myself, my heart is merged with me. Ptah is merged with Shiva, and Shiva is now merged with me. Like Ptah and Mahat, they make one self, masculine and feminine. Auset, me, and Shiva make one self, masculine and feminine. Now, this is how this self is moving. Now I have one more self. They are human beings, but I know where they are, and they are actually within my family. So most times yourself, they come within your family, are in close friends around you, someone you're close with around you. And sometimes you and them might not get along, and they are yourself. Yeah. And so, myself, the masculine is already tied to me, and so is the feminine. They're already tied to me, even though they're in the human form. So they're tied onto me. Yeah, so also because they help to hold me here. Especially the masculine self, because sometimes he's just doing all kind of stuff. I help to balance him, he helps to hold me here. Yeah, because when you get so light, you know, because at one time, I was losing grasp on the body. But the self, all the self supreme, they anchored the self, to hold down into the body, so that it wouldn't leave. Yeah. So most times, when one like this, sometimes you get tied with your other selves that's in the body, that is not at your level. Yeah. So to make sure that the self, yourself don't leave the body too soon. Yeah. So I am tied with myself who are other human beings, but my feminine self was a human being. She is so advanced, and she came in Kemet as Hathor. So these are all myself. And now the masculine self is tied to me, to hold me also, down back into the body. Yeah. So, I'm saying this because I want you to know that this is the steps you also have to take, and to know that I am here for you. I know everything that needs to be done, and I am here to liberate all of the selves from this duality. This is my role. That's my job as Primalite, taking this form and into this body as Auset. I know that I am merged with Shiva. Yeah, we're here to help you. So reach out to me. I can have one-on-one with anyone who want to castrate this ego and return to being your real and true self, to experience yourself before this world closes. You can do this. I believe in you. Yes. Know this truth. Alrighty. So any questions, you can also ask me. And I am so we're gonna just chant some victory, you know, so that all the selves in the world will turn inward and stop looking outward and be on the journey of self to liberate yourself from the dream. So let's chant for everyone in the world to be victorious on their journey to return to their true self, to return to non-duality. So victory, victory, victory. So we're gonna do call and response. So after I call, then you respond. Like, you know, if you guys want to join me on the Zoom where we can, you know, interact better, you guys can let me know and I'll add you to, you know, my Zoom link. Welcome, Marianne. Thank you for your question. You can give me a link with your email. If you link me with your email, I will be able to send you the link to do one-on-one with me. Usually in the nights is great time because most night I am sitting up because you don't really want to go to sleep, you know, with all this duality stuff. The mind is crazy. So I would love to have many ones calling me in the night to do one-on-one because that way it will keep me busy and keep me from making the consciousness drag the consciousness into sleeping. So if you feel safe, I can give you my email here. If you feel safe to put yours here, maybe not, but I can put mine. It's stillness. Give me a sec to type it. CIESS. Stillness. Number 2. Self-inquiry. QUIRY. Self-inquiry at gmail.com. So make sure I spelled it correctly. Oh yeah, I didn't spell it correctly. I forgot the F in self. Okay, let me edit that. Sorry. All right. Let me do it over. Sorry. All right. STILL. Number 2. SELFINQURY. Self-inquiry. Yeah. So there it is. So you can just send me your email and I will and you can also send me what is the best time for you, if it's in the, like I said, in the evenings, you know, after 7, anytime, go all the way back till the next morning, early in the morning. Early morning, if you're an early morning riser and you want to meditate with me in the morning, we can do that also. 3 o'clock, anybody is a 3 o'clock riser, 2 o'clock, want to meditate? Because you have a lot of energy at that time. If you want to do that, you can let me know if those are good times for you. AM. Alrighty, so let's chant with me. We'll do the call and response. Okay, I wrote something on the paper here because sometimes, I usually go. Free speaking. Okay, let's go. Victory, victory, victory. Now it's your turn. Victory, victory, victory. I am victorious. I am triumphant. All selves are free. All souls are free. Victory. Your turn. Victory, victory, victory. The world is balance. The world is harmony. Victory, victory, victory. Victory, victory, victory. Non-duality, I return to balance and harmony. I return to non-duality. Your turn. I am victorious. I am triumphant. Victory. Victory. All souls are free. All selves are free. I dissolve this dream. I return to non-duality. Your turn. I return to balance and harmony. And now we will do the vibration. Remember to spiral the vibration energy around your body because you want to break up this magnetic energy. Yeah. So, and now it is your turn. Remember to hold your hand into this formation and put it over your chest, in the center of your chest. This is where your self soul dwells, in the void. And you want to connect with your soul. This is the reason why you are putting your hand in this formation, because you want to bring your mind down into stillness. All right, now it's your turn to chant the All right, now we'll do that vibration one more time. And now we will do the vibration. This vibration also breaks up the magnetic energy around you, but it also elevates your vibration to your primalite self-manifest level. The ah is Aten Ra, and the is the primalite, your self-manifest vibration. So let's go. And now it is your turn. So remember, after you do the vibration, pause for stillness for a little while, and remember to spiral it around your body. Now it's your turn. All right, one more time. Om. Om. And now it is your turn. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Where I am going to do the third vibration, but we're going to close out with it. Also, I want to say hail to our primalite selves, and know that the self manifest has been working with you while you're connecting with me. Okay, so know this truth. The self has been circling you and has been connecting with you. So whenever you connect with me, you're also will be connecting with your supreme self. But the supreme self will not come to you until you have castrated that you have done the first step by yourself. You have to do this step first. Everyone has to do this because you are the supreme and you must take initiative in your own journey and come to self-realization that you have this power within you to first illuminate yourself, take your power back from the mind. All right? Okay, so hail, hail to our self-supreme Aten Ra. Salutation to our self, primalite self, manifest. And stay centered. The self is working with you. You can feel the self working with you.
Hail, hail to our next primal light self, the unmanifest. Hail to our next ourself on the next level, the void self, manifest. Hail, hail to our next self on the next level is the void baby self on manifest. Hail, hail to our pure, true, unified, non-dual selves, the void on manifest. I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks. So now we will close out with Asoham. Asoham is the vibration of our primal light self, the unmanifest. And when you make that vibration, you are unifying yourself with your unmanifest self level and rising your vibration up. Our void selves, they are the stillness self. They do not have any, the selves, they have no name, and they really don't speak like, oh, when the gods, they come to you, they take over your mind and they talk. The selves, they don't do that. And so they are stillness. The void self is stillness because it's there to bring purity and balance to the mind. And so you want to get to the void self level where you're bringing yourself into stillness, the mind into stillness, so that the mind can return to purity. All right. So we're going to close out with the void, with the, sorry, what did I say? The Asoham. We're going to close out with Asoham. And okay, give me 1 second there. I am. All right, here we go now. So let me share the screen with you, because I'm just going to play the video and we're just going to do stillness with the all right, here we go.
Awesome. Awesome.
Now it's your turn.
Awesome.
Your turn. Your turn.
Awesome. 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 Awesome.
awareness. Thank you very much for joining me. I am Primalite, prepared for the world with this self-identity as Auset, Aten. I am the Liberator, and I advocate for all selves. Hail, hail to the Primal light. Hail, hail to the one true light. See you at the next sunrise.